World's information is not final. Keep that in mind. They have amended it in years past if their numbers are lower than what they expected or they wanted. So just play, do your best. There's a chance to lower it. 2017 was the prime example. We had, I think, legitimately 18 people qualified going into like April, which is not good. So they lowered it, like they made it way easier to get an invite. Still wasn't a big Worlds. It was probably one of the smallest Worlds in history. But
they changed it last minute, which is possible.
Yeah.
Oh, what up, guys? Welcome to Faded Town, #1 Pokemon podcast in the world. These are facts. Look them up in a book. Google them. Pokestats them. There's a lot of other stuff we said last week that you should do. Probably still do that stuff. First time watching, Faded Town is like a Pokemon podcast that really focuses on competitive play. We're finally getting back to competitive play. So when you come to this podcast, you'll see competitive players here. We have Rahul, Isaiah Bradner, Carter, all play competitively. I'm pretty sure all three of them already have Worlds invites.
Yeah, Carter has exactly 500.
Yeah, I'm at 250. I'm halfway there. It should be easy season for all of us. We're all gonna have fun, and we're gonna provide you with everything you need to know, from how to book flights to cool spots to go see at regionals, and what decks are popular. Like, we're gonna do deck analysis and stuff like that. We just got to get the season going. And speaking of that, we got huge news last week, which Pokemon seems to like decide we're dropping news on Mondays and Tuesdays and Wednesdays, like whenever they want now.
I literally like woke up and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I had like 5 text messages that were like, hey, we're gonna play Pokemon again.
I literally couldn't pay attention like for the first couple hours of work because I was so hype.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. So it looks like all competitive play is gonna come back. Same type of format. We'll have League Cups, we'll have League Challenges, and we'll have Regionals. Mm-hmm. The Regionals are going to start in March, and they're going to run
up exactly where we left off.
Yeah, and we're going to run all the way to June, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab a napkin. I spilled.
It happens, dude. It's when
stupid.
When you have those muscles, dude, you don't know how to control it.
Hey.
All right. I am recovering from EDC, so if my voice sounds raspy, I'm sorry. We have the first regional is Salt Lake.
Yep.
Which is nice. Which
you want to jump right into regionals?
Yeah, I kind of just want to jump in. Let's just jump into regionals.
Yeah, there's going to be 6 regionals in US and Canada, and we're a primarily US and Canada based podcast, so we're going to stick to that.
Yeah.
2 in Europe and 2 special events.
Well, like when those happen in Europe, we'll talk about them because that's just how it works. But
we'll center our discussions around what's going on.
Yeah,
we'll have like a more general broadcast discussion here, and on my own channel, I'll do like a 10-minute like what you need to know kind of thing. Yeah, because I'm not the kind of YouTube channel that does like weekly breakdowns on metagames and stuff. There are plenty out there that already do that. But I'll give you like a 10-minute like breakdown on what cards to keep a lookout for, what I think is going to like rise in popularity, how to kind of take ABC that we learned last week into XYZ into this week, which is something like players are not very good at using that information that they have to understand the development of a metagame and how quickly it happens. Like right now, what we've been seeing throughout the online tournament series is like stuff is happening at a very rapid pace, yes, but it's a lot of net decking and stuff like that, which isn't bad. It's just there's not been that one step beyond. So that's something where I'll be like kind of doing an education style stuff. And before we preface this, I'm gonna like plug myself, Zach, for a sec.
Yeah, that's fine.
On my channel, I did like a 40-minute video on how to like maximize credit cards, maximize your flight stuff, and how to travel. And most of it's based on my knowledge when I was a college student, and I was not very wealthy in college.
Right.
So I traveled for very cheap, and I made it work. So I highly recommend watching that. I kind of sectioned it off to specific sections if you want to know exactly what to look for: hotels, transit, rooming with people, that kind of stuff. Everything. I have everything laid out. So just kind of get that information, because you could save a lot of money, especially if you plan on hitting a lot of these across the year.
Links down below always for there's like every like competitive and players, YouTube, TikTok, whatever is always down below. So definitely check those out.
I'll jump right in. There's 6 regionals in the US. We're starting off in March. So like I am pretty confident that'll be our first weekend of organized play. I don't think when it comes to challenges, I don't think we'll get anything before that. I think that'll be the kickoff.
What makes you think that?
That's where we left off last time.
You're just guessing?
Yeah, I think that's where we left off last time. I don't think they'll start us off with a bang. I don't think they want anything happening like... I think there's going to be obviously the big problem of a lot of leagues have lost their cups and challenges.
Yeah.
And a lot of leagues have stopped existing.
Yes.
So...
yeah, we have one now.
Yeah, I mean,
that
we have
maybe
5 months to kind of figure out the aftermath. I have a lot of staff-esque league leaders, kind of people on my Facebook and stuff like that. And obviously for them, this is a welcome surprise, and they're like excited. But now they have like to reprioritize their life to kind of like figure things out, because the people who do these are like doing them out of the goodness of their hearts, realistically. So
yeah. So if is the best finish limit, because is it pulling over as well? Mm-hmm. Okay. So
I'll talk about it real quick. Everything from the 2019-2020 season is coming over with us. That means best finish limits. If you already had 5 League Cups done, your 5 League Cups done are coming with you. If your championship points are coming with you, every single thing is coming with you. The only thing that is changing is if you were a senior, if you were in your last year of seniors or last year of juniors, you've aged up.
Yeah.
That is the only thing that has changed. Worlds is now also a 4-day system still.
Yes.
Day 3 is still a bunch of question marks. I have no fucking clue what's going to be. Because there's not that many people that have qualified for Worlds, and I don't think there'll be that many, to be completely honest.
Yeah, it'll be tough.
And so the auto day 2 invites are still existing with Trip, and they did say there's like going to be the caveat of like the additional invites for day 2 will be given without stipend, which is fine, because I don't want to get, I don't know, like I almost have 1,000 points. It would really suck, because I looked at the standings. I dropped to like 19th because of seniors, so it kind of sucks.
That's
I mean, the difference between myself and 10th is like 60 points, to be completely fair, and 10th is like Isaiah. So
yeah, okay.
Like the difference is literally 60 points. It's just, it's going to be very tight.
It's a grind.
These kids have these best finish limits that are going to be better than mine, because they've already finished. Like, there's now 2 IC winners theoretically in that category.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
6 regionals, Salt Lake, Orlando. If you guys already booked for March 25th and 27th, fix that. They've already fixed it on the website. It's April 1st to 3rd. That was a miscommunication from Pokemon to the TO, or vice versa. Indianapolis, Secaucus, New Jersey, Vancouver, and Milwaukee. Both Zach and I have been at the Secaucus venue. It is huge.
It is big.
So I think, and I've been to a lot of these other venues. They are uncharacteristically big venues. So I think these venues were picked in mind with the COVID protocols.
Yeah. I want to look at the venue for Salt Lake, though. I didn't check it.
That's the one I don't know much about.
Yeah. If we did that before, if it's the same one, then it's not great. I
think the last one was Fairgrounds, but this is the convention, like the main convention.
That's a main convention. Okay. Hopefully it's bigger, because that one's like a 2-story like little building, which is it's a cool looking building. But for the first regional of the year, I think we're gonna need something big. Mm-hmm. So
Orlando kind of Convention Center, massive.
Yeah.
Massive. Indianapolis, huge. Nationals used to happen there.
Yeah.
Meadowlands was pretty big when we went. Vancouver 2013 Worlds was there. It's huge.
Yeah.
And then Wisconsin, I've not been, but I assume these are all venues that, like, realistically, the ballrooms they're looking at booking are like effectively world's potential venues, like, or like old. Yeah.
I think we'll just, if you're a fucking West Coast player, I'm sorry, like, but that you gotta at this point, if you're a new player, you'll realize that West Coast doesn't have a lot of regionals. Usually we hit California twice and Salt Lake, maybe in Arizona, maybe a Seattle, but those have been taken off the table.
I think what we realistically lost from last season to now is NorCal became Vancouver.
Yeah.
And Salt Lake stayed the same. But I think besides that, all the other West Coast ones already happened.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Because Salt Lake was literally going to be the next regional, right?
No, it was Toronto. Oh,
Charlotte, yeah, Toronto. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
As a West Coast player, it's going to be the next regional. But yes.
Yes. So I kind of talked about, and I have a better video coming out tomorrow with like more, or I guess when you watch this, probably today, information about like kind of how to play in your season. If you are coming in as a 0-point player, you're pretty fucked.
You have a grind.
I'm not going to lie to you. It's possible. It's just there's not enough weekends.
Yeah.
There's 2 quarters, and between the 2 quarters, we're about a month deep into 1 quarter, and the remaining quarter is our short quarter.
Yeah.
Most quarters are 3 months long. The quarter 4 is usually 2.
Yeah. You got
NAIC is the final point to earn points for the year.
Yeah. You gotta like super grind, like especially in the League Cup area. If you're a place, if you really want your points, and especially like I can speak for Vegas, like we're gonna have 1 League Cup a month. That is not gonna get you there. It's not gonna get you there. You are gonna have to travel. And I know it sucks, but it's if you want the points, you're gonna have to. Like I was going to California and Arizona almost every weekend, and that's just how it is. If you want the points, you gotta go for it, and it's gonna get tough. Like there will be times where you travel to so and so, and you shit the bed, and you kind of just gotta eat that and keep grinding. If you don't. Then just give up. Like, don't.
It's not doom and gloom. I will say that. If you're a 0-point player coming in, someone from IRL who's coming in for, or online to IRL for the first time, use this season as an experience. I do think you still make the trip to Worlds.
Yeah.
I do think you still come out. It's an amazing experience that I don't think can be undervalued. The Excel is a massive center. And on top of that, I do think that they will do the Open once again.
Yeah.
And, that'll give you a head start on your next season. And you get to watch some very high level play. You get to see people that you would normally not be able to meet, and even in the Open, you'll play against people from different countries.
Yeah.
And it'll give you an experience that you normally wouldn't get. Because I mean, besides North American Internationals, I don't think many of you guys are going to be planning on going to Frankfurt because it is unfortunately on that COVID rebound right now, which I'm going to hit into. I'm just going to dive right into it, Zach.
Yeah, that's fine.
COVID rebound is the term I've been using, and my family's been using, and people I know have been using. So I stole it effectively. I coined it.
There you go.
The COVID rebound is just simply, it's been 2 years. It's been 2 years since anything has happened. I'm sure if you looked at your social schedule next year, you've probably got weddings, family events, etc. Like everyone has taken their last 2 years worth of events that they've been planning, and they're either starting up now or like heading into post holidays. Like everyone has something planned, and unfortunately, everything is understaffed.
Yeah.
Understaffed, underrepresented, everything, leading to higher flight prices. Salt Lake City is probably one of the most expensive regionals right now if you look at it.
Is it really?
It was almost 500 for me. Yeah. Orlando, it's the peak spring break time. Gonna be a little bit annoying. I get it. Indianapolis, Secaucus, Milwaukee are probably fine. Vancouver is across country borders. Gonna be expensive. Frankfurt is some locations are getting lucky and getting like $700, $800 flights. I'm not. I am getting $1,400 to $1,500 flights, so I'm not one of the lucky ones for sure. But the COVID rebound just means there's less flights, there's less things. So yes, it's 6 months in advance, but I would really advise starting to plan now. Specifically hotel rooms that are refundable because you can cancel up to the night of. And there's not that many hotels nearby in walking distance for a lot of these places. So, I mean, we are in a downtown area, and so the cheap ones are going to start flying. And if you're someone who doesn't like mind sleeping at like red roofs and stuff like that, you should probably be looking soon because that's where all the players will look. But if you, I mean, I don't think you want to get stuck with something where you have to drive or Uber every day. That kind of turns into a gigantic L unless you have a car. And if you have a car, maybe you're fine, but still.
Yeah. I mean, if it's like a 10-minute, like Uber, if it's a 5-minute Uber, it's not too bad. But Uber's been super expensive lately too. And it all comes down to like how many people you're willing to stay with too. Like things get a lot cheaper the more people you're willing to stay with.
So pre-pandemic, Airbnb was like an excellent way to kind of like cram a bunch of people in one place. That's not the case anymore. There's some ridiculous cleaning fees. There's some ridiculous tax fees. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess them almost going out of business kind of changes the game a little bit. I was looking into some places, specifically Germany. I kind of had to veto that idea because it ended up being almost quintuple what I would have paid for a hotel. That's 5 times for you guys at home. That's a lot. That's a lot of money. I'm not like cheap by any means, but it's just like I have to be smart with my travel. I'm not gonna like make it a vacation every time. One of these trips, sure, but I can't justify spending like $1,000 every like on the weekend. You know, like who's making that kind of money? I'm traveling for as efficiently and cheap as I can. Like I'm using my points. I made the video. I'm not gonna talk about it. There's a video.
Like when we went to NAIC, I don't know. There was like. I told Sam, dude, I'll sleep on the ground anywhere. He's like, deal. And I slept on some cushions.
In one hotel room.
Yeah.
And like, I think 8 people got beds too, which is kind of nuts.
Yeah. The hotel the room was really big. It
was huge.
It was nice.
I think I paid like $100 for like 5 days.
And the couch cushions came off. I laid the couch cushions on the ground. And it was fine. It's like little sacrifices like that is like why someone with not a lot of money or not a lot of like doesn't want to spend a lot of money can go to all these trips. Like, because people have asked me all the time, because I've traveled all over the United States for these things, and they're like, dude, how do you take vacations every month? And I'm like, well, I've met a lot of people, and all I do is go on like Facebook, and I'll be like, hey, anybody got a room for one? And sometimes Pablo will be like, I got a room, I got this, and then it becomes from a $400 or $500 trip to a $100 trip, and like flight becomes the most expensive thing, which is just normal. Like it is what it is. Which I mean, if you can drive somewhere, drive, especially if you can carpool with a bunch of people. If you can carpool with a bunch of people, like that's how Salt Lake's gonna go down. Like
I'm driving to Sick Office.
I'm like 8 hours away from Salt Lake. There a bunch of locals will go.
Guess which one the next closest one after New Jersey for me was driving.
Is it Vancouver or is it?
Bro, what? Vancouver's the other side of the country to me.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, never mind then. I don't know.
It's north of Seattle.
Is it really? I thought it was over there. I don't know what Canada does, guys.
I live in DC. Oh my god.
I know where you live. I don't know where Canada. I don't know Canada's map.
Okay,
right?
The answer is Indianapolis. It's like 10 hours, but I'm still flying to that one.
Yeah, like 8 hours is probably my end all. Like I'm not driving further than that. Like I'm not driving to Seattle. I wouldn't drive to Portland.
Me and Zach are big guys, so it's like hard for us to sit in a car.
Mm-hmm.
I'm 6'3".
I'm a driver. I'm a driver. If I'm doing it, I'm driving.
I hate driving, so
I love driving, so it works out for me.
So anyway, resources are back. Start planning. At the very least, look for non-refundable hotels, refundable hotels. Sorry, stuff in the area. You can start knocking off your checklist early, because I guarantee you, as you get closer, you're going to be like, I booked a room, but I don't have people in my room. If you know a couple people, I guarantee you, the closer you get, just by you having a room, you will fill it up. It always happens. It always happens. It's just
how it works. Yeah.
Important thing to note, registrations will go up, and Zach and I will talk about them as soon as they do.
Yeah.
Organizers for this year, Salt Lake is Patricia, but she is going to be using RK9. Orlando is...
I know people that are new, you won't understand that, but it's a big deal. That's such a big deal, and I'm very happy about it. And we don't really have to talk about it. I think we talked about it enough.
Yeah, Orlando's Christine, which is interesting. Vince doesn't have one, actually.
Really?
So Yeti Gaming does not have one. Christine has done Dallas in years past, so if you guys have been to Dallas, it's one of my favorite, just because she puts on an excellent show, and I think she'll bring that over to Orlando.
Yeah.
Indianapolis, I'm very excited because Indianapolis is a new organizer.
Really?
AJ Schumacher and the gang. These guys are usually heads of they help out the other staff, like AJ, Mikey, Hulan Mike. Like these guys, you probably guys know them. They've been on staff for other people. They've helped, but they kind of put together their own thing because they've been doing such a good job. Really excited for these boys to kind of give it their first run.
I like it.
Secaucus in Milwaukee are going to be taken over by Jimmy Ballard, Top Cut Events. Jimmy always runs a good show.
Jimmy always.
Every single organizer almost always does a $10 discount on early registration.
So
50 as opposed to 60. That'll add up. If you know you're going and you've already made like hotel and flight plans, do not give me some shit that you can't afford $50 right now. Just book it.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, like, just do it. Saving $10 in registration is not a big deal unless you like book incredibly last minute. Then it's the fine. Like, literally pre-registration is open almost until like 2 or 3 days beforehand. And so if it's a drivable regionals and you like made that call last second, then it's fine, I guess. Yeah. But like, I don't know.
Expect registrations to be $50 to $70.
No.
Just expect it. I don't want to, like, at this point in Pokemon, we've had that in the past where we've had such debates on how much regionals should cost. At this point, that's the price. If you're new to this, just expect it to be $50 to $70 to play in an event. If it's less than that, just be happy. All right?
Yeah. That's regionals. I mean,
yeah,
should be fun.
Yeah, it's like it's a super cool environment. You'll meet a lot of people. Everyone's super friendly, especially content creators. Most of them are super down to like say hi, whatever.
I will preface that by saying, find the right time and place to say hi.
Yes.
If someone like Azul is playing around at a table,
do not go up and say hi. Don't do that.
If they're walking in a hallway or something like that, that's a good opportunity to say hi.
Yes.
If they're in a conversation with someone else, you probably wait for a second or two.
Yeah.
I've seen Mahone, I've seen Azul like literally stop and say hi to people. I love when people come up to me. Yeah. It honestly makes my day. Yeah. So I mean, please feel free to come say hi to us. It's like,
yeah, it's super good.
We're not going to eat you or anything.
No.
Or I mean, I am eating food, but that's different.
You can. We probably won't tell you what deck we're playing, but that sometimes that's weird. Don't be that weird. Don't be like, what should I play?
I'm gonna be vlogging.
I don't know.
So I'm gonna put more of an active emphasis into vlogging this upcoming season.
Yeah.
So I might just make Zach do the edits for me because I suck, and I'll just film.
I can do that probably.
Yeah, nice.
I know. I got my editing program back. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, as long as I don't forget to film, we should have some good footage because I usually do shit during regionals too. Like I go like explore the city.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to give you guys a little bit of experience of what I get to do, and I don't know. I think you can make the most out of it. And at my age of 25, I've literally probably done a lot of things that a lot of people won't ever do in their life.
Exactly. So, it's crazy. Yeah, we always have fun. Like at some point, even if you don't have a good time at the event, like competing wise, there's always stuff to do. You just have to figure it out. And like we'll talk more about that once like a regional gets close. We'll be like, oh, in Salt Lake, there's what's that place to eat? The Chameleon or something?
Red Iguana.
Where Red Iguana, like that's a good place to eat. Everybody usually goes there, but it's gonna get packed. Like there's always cool stuff to do.
Yeah, we'll talk about stuff. I mean,
it might be basketball season's gonna be happening, so in Salt Lake, like you never know. The Jazz.
There's things to do. There's places to see. Secaucus is 20 minutes outside of New York. You can train. You can literally take a train.
Yeah, go to Yankee Stadium. That's what I did.
No, you can do whatever you want. These locations are very good. They're good locations for doing stuff. So make the most of it is what I'll say. And I mean, like I said, we'll talk about it on the podcast, and I'll also do my own like 10-minute what to do in the city kind of primers. I'll bring those back. I know everyone really enjoyed those.
Yeah, it's always fun.
So internationals obviously bigger fish to fry there. NAIC will mark the end of the season.
I'll preference by saying if for some reason you can't go to regionals and you can only plan one regionals, I recommend NAIC. It's a very international thing. There's a ton of great players there from all over the world. It's a big celebration. Like the venue's very nice. If you're old enough to drink, there's like line the bars to hang out where everyone just has a good time and has fun. There's a I don't know what do you call that place where all those food is at? The
Northern Market.
The Northern Market's like really cool for even if you're not 21, if you're younger, like that place has a bunch of cool ice cream, like shops, food, like it's really cool.
There's like a bunch of like really famous, like really good food.
And that stuff's all walkable from the venue. Yeah. Like it's very nice place.
Tons of hotels. Tons of hotels. That's the only one I haven't booked a hotel for yet, just because I'm not worried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's like the best one. If you have to pick anyone to go to, I would pick that one.
Yeah. Milwaukee is the week before NAIC. Origins is 2 weeks before NAIC, which means there'll probably be a special event at Origins if they do one.
Yeah.
But it is not the week before NAIC.
Which is
So
kind
you
of
can't just stay
nice.
in Columbus.
Yeah.
Milwaukee is the week before though, so you can go to Milwaukee, go home, fuck around. Like what I'm going to personally be doing is flying into Chicago because it's like $200 cheaper, and Milwaukee is like an hour drive.
That's not bad.
I'm probably going to go with the Peros to Milwaukee, come back, hang out in Chicago for a couple days. I don't know, go flick the bean, and then head to NAIC.
Yeah. If my season goes well, my plan is just Salt Lake, Indianapolis, Vancouver, and NAIC.
Yeah, that's reasonable. You got half the season.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to think about Frankfurt.
No.
When I talk about events, guys, I will say this: I'm nuts.
Yeah.
I'm probably crazy, but for me, competing is like the same as breathing. So I don't like to half-ass anything. So if there's the opportunity to go to a million things, I'll go to a million things.
Yeah, I mean, that I say that now, but the thing is, I'll end up going to like a regional. We'll have a really good time, and then someone will be like, "Are you gonna be here next week or like in 2 weeks?" And what happens is I book a flight that night, and then we're there. But it's like reasonably, I'm guaranteeing I'm gonna go to this full. So, and like I think you should look at your points too, because some people might forget that they even have points. So definitely go check that.
Yeah.
And see what your limits are too. Your best
My video will
finishes.
show you how to do that.
Yeah.
I already recorded it, so
Good,
I know
good.
I did that. So you can go find that when you see it, and it'll show your best finishes and everything, so you know exactly where you stand. I'd recommend just putting shit into a spreadsheet for your own like knowledge, like how many finishes you've already done, what you have left for you, so you don't like overcommit to something where you like think you have maybe like 5 league cups left or something, but you only have like 2.
Yeah.
Or you think you have all your league challenges done, but you've only finished like 2, for example.
Yeah.
So kind of do it wisely. It has been 2 years, so it's kind of wild. But
Yeah.
we're back.
When you told me the finish limit, I'm like, all right, I got to go back and look at mine, see where I'm at. I don't know where I'm at.
Cups. I gotta actually go to cups, but it's fun.
I have to go in cups. I don't need a lot, which is good, you know? I just gotta replicate what I did 2 years ago. Basically the same thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna get to 2,000 points. I'm really trying here.
I like your idea. I'd like to get 750 with an idea that there might be some type of buy system into another day if you get to 750.
Yeah.
But
I'm sure they'll implement some sort of thing.
I just gotta have a couple of good regional runs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the world's information is not final. Keep that in mind. They have amended it in years past if their numbers are lower than what they expected or they wanted. So just play, do your best. There's a chance to lower it. 2017 was the prime example. We had, I think, legitimately 18 people qualified going into like April, which is not good. So they lowered it, like they made it way easier to get an invite. Still wasn't a big Worlds. It was probably one of the smallest Worlds in history. But
They changed it last minute, which is possible.
yeah, they will keep an eye on it because this is a very interesting season. Like people from 2 years ago might not come back. Like even though there's like 3 people have 350, 400 points, there's a pretty good chance that life has overtaken them in some regard. Like I know some of the people who are my fellow top 16ers that have no intention of playing the rest of the season or until Worlds. Like they'll come to Worlds because they have the invite, but besides that, they don't have any intention of playing or doing, what I'm doing.
Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah.
2 years is a lot of time. People have had kids in that time, bro.
100%. I'm getting old. I'm thinking to myself, what are we doing here? I don't know. We'll see.
I'm reducing my caffeine tolerance now so I can be ready when we come back.
I like it. I like your style.
I'm also going to be working out events, so it'll be nice.
I'm trying to think. Other than that, Pokemon card-wise, that's kind of it.
V-Star.
Oh, V-Stars did get announced. I remember this now. They basically have a GX ability.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Which I hope we get another token. We're at the flip.
We will. It'll be in the ATVs.
That's tight. Because Yeah. Oh, one thing. There's no expanded regionals.
I was literally about to say that too when you said token.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing because I was like, we're gonna have to flip like 3 different things.
My mind went the exact same way, and I was like, wait, we don't have expanded.
Yeah, I was like, there's no expanded.
Either they don't think expanded is worth it right now, or they don't think they think more people should be earning their invite in one format. And expanded still feels like something that doesn't need to be tested, like limit tested right now. I'm sure they're not going to get rid of it, but I know there's going to have to be some sort of a lengthy ban list for it to actually work.
That was my thought process, is that it hasn't been played in so long that to just try to jump into something, it would be a real test. It would be like, we're going to let you play with all these cards, and then we're going to come out with some shenanigans. And I just don't feel like they want to do that. I think they want to take their own time and come up with what they think should be banned, and we'll go from there, which is fine. It sucks. I really enjoyed Dragonite V. Odds are by the time
we get there, controls I'm almost confident that control is just the best deck, and people are just not playing because it's online.
Yeah, that's what I agree. So we'll see.
You can't just bring back Lucamine and let it happen.
That's what I thought. I was like, what are we doing here? But
I mean,
it's kind of nice. You just focus on one thing, guys.
So V-Star, really cool ability. Really cool cards. I do think them putting it back to 2 prizes is a step in the right direction. Given that it's Diamond and Pearl block, I think we have quote unquote fake leaks or whatever, or unconfirmed leaks that Glaceon, Leafeon, and Darkrai will be also V-Stars.
Okay.
I mean, it's not out of the it's not unexpected, right? Evolutions typically will always get something, and Leafeon and Glaceon being staple Diamond and Pearl makes sense.
Yeah.
The theory is based off the fact that Leafeon and Glaceon got exclusive promo V cards, and I think Taiwan or Japan for pre-ordering the game, and Arceus V that we saw was already revealed as a promo for the game in January.
Yeah.
So that's the logic people are using. I think it's a fine logic. I think Darkrai, Cresselia are probably almost certainly gonna get one, as well as Dialga, Palkia. I don't see them not giving these cards V stars. You probably expect Gigas as well. Diamond and Pearl does not have that many Pokemon that are crazy, but I expect them to give it to all the legendaries. There's not that many legendaries.
Yeah, there's not.
The Lake Trio probably won't get one, but they'll probably have a really cool, probably a really cool Lake Trio card that they all synergize together like we always have.
Yeah. We'll see. I think it's cool. I really, to be honest, I don't really care about anything other than 2 prizes. I think the game was a lot more strategic when you had to take more prizes.
Yeah.
So
playing a 7-prize game was interesting.
Yes, it was interesting. So I'm excited for that. Other than that, pretty much do whatever you want. I think I personally like the idea of some GX attack or whatever. I think it brings something to the table that's different. So we'll do that. What'd you say?
Get vaccinated.
Oh yeah.
If there's 300 or more people, you have to be vaccinated.
Yes. Pretty much get vaccinated or you can't go. That's basically what they said, which is fine. That's how
you can fly with it at your local team. That's fine.
We had at EDC, there's over 100K people. You couldn't get in if you weren't vaccinated. It is what it is at this point. If you want to do stuff, you're gonna have to get vaccinated. Sorry.
Sorry, just fucking do it.
Yeah.
Please.
I mean, whatever you want to do. And then I'm interested in Pokemon's last year they took over all the streams, which was really cool. They were pushing.
I'm sure they'll continue.
Yeah, they're still gonna do it, which is great. They were pushing VGC very hard, which was.
I think they're gonna try to do the same thing again, which I don't want them to do.
I think there was such a Pokemon boom in the TCG that I think we're gonna get a little more love. That's what I'm interested to see what happened to.
I'll let you guys know as soon as I know, because I have someone very close on the inside.
Yeah.
And they do give me that information very quickly. So right now what they told me is they have no idea. They haven't gotten a single email or anything.
Okay.
So as soon as they start seeing and hearing some stuff, or the gears start moving, I can probably relay whatever it is. Like a lot of
they had a lot of big projects going on, because they were following Azul around personally at events, which was cool. Yeah, they had a lot of big projects. I'm excited for that to come back. I'm glad that Pokemon takes the reins on stuff like that, because in the past there are certain TOs and stuff that would not do streams at all. And like I feel like that just takes away from events. A lot of people want the opportunity to play on stream.
Not me. I suck.
Do you? I'm undefeated on stream. I'm not saying I've been on there very much, but I'm undefeated.
I'm very.
It's nice to see. It's just nice to, like, if you're a new player and it's your first time doing well, it would suck not to be on stream.
Stream's really cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
Really cool. Don't let me deter you. I've just been on there so many times, it's normal for me. But I'm sure even for someone like Zach, it's like exciting to be on there.
Yeah, it's exciting.
For me, it's like a normalcy. Like I said, we talked about this earlier. I'm nuts. I've been here competing at the top.
But if you got to the grand finals and
hype,
and there was no stream, how it would kind of suck for you, right?
A little bit, yeah. I mean, I will say, being on stream at Worlds is one of the most amazing things. Yeah. Looking into the crowd, seeing so many people, the lights like are blinding. They're literally blinding. Right. So like you can just make out like silhouettes of people, and like knowing that like there's thousands of people watching you from home is like kind of nuts. And you get off stage, win or lose, there's like you have messages like of people like either rooting you on or just being like, I don't know. I was getting tagged in people's Instagram story being like, "That's my boy Rahul," and it is,
dude. Even like when I was on stream, like I was playing fucking Blastoise, and then like people are like, "Oh my god, you got the fucking Kingdra!" I get messages, Kingdra. I'm like, it's just super cool. It's just super cool.
And see people on stream, be kind. Don't like be a complete jackass.
And people are gonna make mistakes. Like it's gonna happen. And I'll tell you right now, as someone who's played the game a lot and Rahul knows, it's so much easier to see plays while you're watching. Like, it's easy to look at someone and go, he should have done this, he should have done that.
9 rounds best of 3 is a really long day. And when you're playing a certain way all day, and you can't detach yourself from the situation like you can when you're just watching something or coaching or something, it's hard to detach yourself from a certain way of thinking. Sometimes you'll go into a matchup with a certain game plan, and as soon as the wheels start coming off, you don't know what to do. It's a little bit of a panic moment.
Like I did a review on the one stream match that I did, and I literally at one point, like throughout the whole tournament, I was playing a bunch of Zorks with Blastoise, and I knew if I put 4 energies on a Kingdra, Zork had a lot of issues, and like that mindset got so stuck into my head. At one point, there's no reason for me to do this. I computer searched for 1 energy and put it on my Kingdra to make it have 4. And like that, like watching that again, I'm like, that is literally the dumbest thing that I've ever done. And like my head, like I just had to have the mindset of like, this is what I've been doing all week. Just make sure I can do this. And like,
be kind to people. When they're on stream, this is like it's their moment. Like this is something that they may or may not experience again. Let them have it. Let them have fun. Like, cheer them on, no matter what. Like, I hope everyone watching this partakes more actively in like social media during tournaments if you're not there. I think that's something that Pokemon has been missing compared to other like quote unquote esports. Like even Smash, who's like similar in size to us, has a much bigger following due to their social media presence. And I think like, I don't know, you guys just tweet out a little bit more, Instagram out a little bit more, just like hashtag play Pokemon, like go X player, like go Y player. Like I really like seeing this deck on stream. Like it'd be a lot of fun. It'd be a lot of fun to like just have you guys interact with us. Right.
Like to be honest, like the Pokemon TCG community didn't hit Twitter until, I don't know, someone shut down Hey Fonte. Like someone shut it down, and then everyone's like, let's just all go to Twitter. And then, like, I'm sure there were still players that were on Twitter before that, but it wasn't, there was, like, no one, like, it wasn't as big as it is now. So, like, and that would have to be, like, 2 years ago, when, right before this all, So, like, we're pretty fresh on Twitter, so start following everyone on Twitter. The community's more better when everyone's interacting, so do that. I'm glad Pokemon took over that situation, so we don't have to worry about that. You will be able to play on streams. It'll be fun. VGC is gonna be all Sword and Shield, if I'm correct. Like we're not playing Diamond and Pearl. So, yeah, if you play VGC, yeah, just keep playing the same game you've been playing for 3 years. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you. But it looks fun. They're gonna push it. They pushed it really hard. I think they're gonna still push it, and have fun with that. I personally want to play VGC, but I don't know.
So hot take. I think VGC not being Diamond and Pearl is gonna like kill a lot of competitive players.
That's what I thought, right?
Yeah, I think so in general. Like, it's a very fun spectator sport and a lot of shit to do in the game. I don't think a lot of this has always happened with VGC. I don't think players are going to be able to justify the $60 entry that's the same as their game.
Yeah.
So I don't think their numbers will ever reach ours.
Yeah, that's tough. It's tough, and like you're playing the same game forever too.
The curve into the game is also very different than TCG.
Yeah, it's getting a lot better. Like Sword, don't get me wrong. Sword and Shield.
It's so hard.
It's hard, but it's not like
you need to do. It's not like Pokemon or TCG where you can just pick up a deck and like play no matter what. Yeah. It's you need to EV train and do all this stuff, or you're just literally not gonna win a game.
Correct.
And then there's doing it correctly. It's like I don't know.
It's tough. It's not. You're right. Like we talked about it with Pokemon Live, where it's gonna be a lot easier for someone to just pick up and play the game. They don't have to trade for packs. Like it doesn't take a lot. It takes very little. One hurdle. And people don't want to do it. So you need to be smooth.
VGC has all those inherent hurdles.
Yeah.
So if you're someone who like casually, it's fun to casually watch because you recognize all these Pokemon doing things. But competitively, it's like,
no,
I don't know.
I don't know what I'm doing. As soon as there's a hurdle, it's tough. So
there was a while during the pandemic where competitive like Sword and Shield was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah.
But at some point, I think the format got really stale, and I think almost every big competitive VGC streamer switched to either shiny hunting or playing like Nuzlocke, like the hardcore Nuzlocke,
and like random like video games that are made up Pokemon and stuff.
Like, I think at that point, like it's already telling. I mean, sure, TCG is not doing too hot either, but like it's just telling.
But the thing is, TCG numbers, as in like competitors, have always been high.
Yeah,
and that's just how it always is.
I think we'll have a lot of TCG players come out.
Well, it sucks. I think the game's cool. I feel bad for the people that put their heart into that game. It just got Pokemon. I think they're moving in the right direction. It'll get more smoother once it gets super smooth, where you can just literally just pick up the game and play. Yeah, you'll get more people there. When it comes to like, there's Pokemon Go. I don't know anything about it, but you'll be able to compete to and get points this half a season to compete at Worlds if you're a Pokemon Go player. Which I think Chum might do that. Like I think he gets down, so that would be kind of funny.
Yeah, I don't know anything about Pokemon Go.
No.
So when we get more information, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
Because it'll be fun. But I know there's a lot of like people on Twitter I've been seeing that are very excited.
Yeah. I think it was very popular. Like at Worlds, the last Worlds we had, they had the little event, Pokemon Go event thing, where they took out a bunch of popular YouTubers and had them compete. And I think the viewership on that was insane. So it'll be cool to see what happens there. And that game's very pick up and go, which again, I think it's very key to anything growth wise. If there's hurdles, you're just it's not looking good for you.
But, I mean, that should kind of sum it up. Pokemon's back. I mean, we'll go into more depth obviously as things start coming back. We'll
have one more set, and then that will be the first regional. So get your stuff here.
Our first Diamond and Pearl block will be our core set heading in.
So there'll be not Fusion Strike, but the next set will be the format that we will be playing going into Utah. So look out for that. We'll when those leaks hit, obviously we'll do another set review. You guys seem to like the set review, which was dope. Share that with everyone. Other than that, I think that's it. Like Pokemon's back. Regionals are gonna be fun. Check your points. If you really want it's like half a season. If you really want to qualify and you're at 0, you gotta want to grind.
You can do it.
You can do it. Yeah, you can grind. Be willing to grind.
I'm not gonna put it out of the possibility. I had my invite in like a month, like a literal month.
Yeah.
So
if you do really well at regionals, it will be super easy. So
yeah,
if regionals will get you a lot of points, and always think NAIC, they hand out a lot of points at NAIC.
You can literally just win and get your invite.
They hand out, you like day 2 in NAIC gets you a stack of points, like over 100 and something points. So keep that in mind. If just while you're chasing, if you plan on going to NAIC, always know that you can almost just qualify for doing well there. So I'm excited. Real's excited. We'll be here once a week at least.
Yep. I'll be doing a lot more like I'll give you some comments here if you want us to talk about some stuff. Anything you want me to go in depth on my channel as well, I can. I mean, I'll be doing a lot of prep work, getting people back up to speed. That's one thing I'm really good at. I'm really good at answering questions and going in depth. So
DM on Twitter, follow everyone down below. But for now, guys, we're gonna scoop it up.